So basically, I heard it that you are in already taken initiations and the steps have already been taken in terms of using the technology now. But as a
Yes.
veteran widower or probably a person who's want to utilize this, so I have not understood that how they will be using this so-called facility of yours now. Like
Okay.
suppose I am the example of it. So how do can you just tell us a little more insight that as a person, how do I involve myself into your concept of AI and how will I get benefited to it? Like where I should
Okay.
look
Okay.
for?
Right question. And in fact, I've not shown anything. So what
Sir,
I'll do is I'll share my screen.
sir,
So for the benefit of the listeners and the viewers,
sir,
the kind of policy which we have in Army or the
sir.
Defense Forces is on the view file,
Right, sir.
wherein certain entitlements are being given. So
Sir.
once you retire, you will be allowed to have around 27,000 rupees for your children education allowance. Now these data are
Sir.
in tabular format in English or maybe in Hindi. For a Telugu speaking, I'll say female or a widow, it is very hard to get hands on.
Sir.
Now what we have done is similar to this. What we have done is, if you can read, there was a person who was 62-year-old who was already retired, and he was not aware what his daughter is authorized for her marriage.
Right,
so
sir.
all this data now is being thrown in text format as well as in sound format.
Sir.
And as well as we are giving a portal within this Sparsh application where he can automatically apply. Similarly, he can also upload his Jeevan Praman Patra. Earlier, he had to travel at least 50 to 60 kilometers to his nearest Zilla Sainik Board. Now, this is being addressed, and soon we will be rolling out another version for it. I hope it makes clear a little bit.
Right, sir. It was a good insight which you gave into that, sir. Probably, I think I'm a little envious now that probably I think a step ahead has been taken by the Army. So probably I think as a Navy, we have to watch out now, sir.
Sagar, what are the major challenges you face in the software development processes which you are conducting in your organization? You seem to be overseeing a large number of these projects. So what are the major challenges you face?
Sir, as you are aware, sir, any software development procedure or a project or a life cycle basically are similar in nature everywhere. So the challenges are very, very similar what the corporate or the civil world is facing, which can start off from defining what you actually want to achieve, that is the user requirement or the stakeholder requirement. Thereafter comes your resources, right? So identifying resources, pooling them in, whether it is a vendor-based development, that is from the TCS or Infosys, or you want to develop something in-house, like we have a cell called Army Software Development Center. Retaining this particular knowledge also, those people who are interested in. So resource management comes into play. Later on, as Sanjeevani had also brought out, the change management aspect of any software development again differs with different kind of softwares being there. And lastly but not the least is the testing and rolling out of this particular software. So SR sir, if I have to define our problems, these are exactly what corporate is facing, barring a few integration and I'll say interoperability problems which are very unique to defense forces, because we are still using certain legacy equipment and software which may not be applicable outside. However, the challenges are same and maybe a bit tad more in some cases.
But what about maintenance issues? Maintenance of software in the long term. This is something which we've also faced. In-house development happens, application is rolled out, but then there's an issue later on.
So, sir, again, rightly brought out, sir, and it is a very valid question as far as, because once we talk about such approaches, then we go into the framework of how do you roll out your updated versions or patches or whatever kind of upgrades you want to give to your system. So here we we must understand the structure. It's a pan-army, pan-Indian India structure. The units are located far off. Certain problems of network connectivity is there, which again are not part of the corporate world, but they may also be facing the same problems. Similarly, you have different kind of equipment which are being utilized, and we are trying to develop certain software which are one and for all. So the challenges, as I have already defined, so these are present. Now, how do we as a team try to resolve these issues? So we apply a method called centralized and decentralized method of giving updates and patches, sir. Wherever feasible, like your captain networks are there, wherever feasible, we roll out and we try to push it. And this push models can be applied at both the ends. The people who are receiving it, they can also pull it. But then we call it push model because at the end of the day, they can access and they can take it. So in a network which is available, a push model is, I'll say centralized method is adopted. Places where there is no network and standalone systems are there, where physically things have to go, we apply a decentralized method where accountability is set in at certain nodes, and these people and these organizations go and carry out. This is a huge discussion agenda. However, this can be implemented when working in remote locations where networks are not there, and these are very efficient, sir. I'm very sure corporate world, if they look into these methods, they will definitely benefit in two terms. One is the P&L statement, sir, because profit and loss, obviously you are ruling it out. Secondly is the efficiency, and we have become very efficient. And you can see our documentation included. The part to order happens in Leh Ladakh or even in Siachen, or as well as in Andamans, and all these emoluments are given. So it's a very exciting field, but it's a long topic, so to say. However, broadly saying, centralized versus decentralized method is adopted.
So probably an offline version of an approach wherein offline the updates are pushed, and then so that the data integrity is maintained at all times, sir. Probably, I think, if I'm right, if I'm putting it in the right way, sir. Sanjeevani, anything you would like to share or ask something before we call off this meeting?
Yeah, sir, one point I would like to add, which I missed during the efficacy of the controls, like I mentioned, I think the involvement of vendor is very much important when it comes to the awareness practices which the organization is projecting. So the checking of vendor compliances and the service level agreements will also enhance the audit efficiency. So that point I missed.
That's a very important point you brought out, Sanjeevani. The supply chain management is the weakest is one of the weakest link now. Probably, I think, as part of the audit, if you're able to take care of that, probably, I think, yes, the comprehensive way of addressing the audit, as you have covered, probably will take care of. Sir, with any other questions, if are there, probably, I would like to thank all the participants for coming wholeheartedly for this online interactive session and sharing their thoughts in terms of both IT operations, cyber operations, software development, and audit. I take this opportunity to thank each and everyone who have been part of this interactive session. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
Thanks. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Jai Hind.
This session.